Welcome to an alternate past. Today's video is, what if the Emancipation Proclamation had never been issued? Imagine a world where the shackles of slavery weren't broken in the United States when they were, a reality where the Emancipation Proclamation was never issued. It's a chilling thought, one that tugs at the moral fabric of our society. As we journey through this alternate history, consider not just the legal implications, but the human cost of such a world. This is not just a tale of laws and politics, but of lives forever altered, of freedoms never granted, and of a country's struggle with its conscience. The Emancipation Proclamation, issued by President Abraham Lincoln on January 1, 1863, was a revolutionary document. It declared that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious states are and henceforward shall be free. While it didn't immediately free a single slave, it was a pivotal moment in the Civil War, transforming the fight to preserve the Union into a battle for human freedom. Its absence would not only have altered the course of the war, but would have reshaped the fabric of American society in profound and unsettling ways. Without the proclamation, the moral fervor that the abolitionist movement brought to the Union cause would have been significantly diminished. The clear stance against slavery served to galvanize support amongst abolitionists in the North and across the globe, particularly in Europe. Countries like Britain and France, which had abolished slavery, found it difficult to extend support to the Confederacy, despite economic interests in Southern cotton. The absence of a moral high ground in the war could have made European intervention more likely, potentially changing the outcome of the Civil War. Furthermore, the absence of the Emancipation Proclamation would have had profound implications for the African American population. The proclamation allowed for the enlistment of African American soldiers into the Union Army and Navy, with nearly 200,000 black soldiers joining the fight for their freedom by the end of the war. These men fought valiantly for a nation that had yet to recognize them as equals, contributing significantly to Union victories. Without their participation, not only would the military outcome potentially have been different, but the path toward racial equality in the military would have been delayed, perhaps by decades. In the years following the Civil War, the trajectory of African American rights would have been starkly different. The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, which abolished slavery, granted citizenship, and secured voting rights for African Americans, were direct consequences of the Union's victory and Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation. Without it, the legal institution of slavery could have persisted into the late 19th or even early 20th century, fundamentally altering the social and economic development of the United States. Segregation and Jim Crow laws might have been even more deeply entrenched, delaying the civil rights movement by generations. Moreover, the cultural identity of America would have been irrevocably changed. The Emancipation Proclamation is a symbol of America's moral conviction and commitment to justice, serving as a beacon of hope and a call to action for equality. Its absence would imply a nation still in moral ambiguity regarding human rights, casting a long shadow over its legacy. The stories of courage and resilience from enslaved individuals and abolitionists would likely have been submerged under the continuing reality of slavery, robbing future generations of powerful examples of resistance and progress. Economically, the lack of an Emancipation Proclamation could have prolonged the South's dependence on slave labor, stunting industrial growth and innovation. The United States might have lagged behind other nations that were quicker to embrace the economic efficiencies of a free labor market. This delay in industrialization could have weakened the United States' position on the global stage, altering the balance of power in international relations and trade. On a global scale, the failure to issue the Emancipation Proclamation could have sent ripples through history, affecting the course of human rights movements worldwide. It served as a critical precedent for the international struggle against slavery and oppression, influencing abolition movements in other countries. Its absence might have emboldened slave-holding regions around the world, delaying global efforts to abolish slavery and fight for human rights. It's heart-wrenching to consider the personal stories that would have remained untold without the Emancipation Proclamation. Generations of African Americans would have borne the brunt of this historical omission, their potential stifled by the unyielding chains of slavery. The vibrant tapestry of African American culture, with its profound contributions to music, literature, art, and science, would have had fewer threads, each one representing a life that could have reached for greatness, but was held back by bondage. In reflecting on this grim alternative, it's crucial to recognize the Emancipation Proclamation for what it truly was: a promise of freedom, albeit incomplete, that helped to pave the way towards a more equitable society. Although its promise has yet to be fully realized, its issuance was a critical step forward in the enduring struggle for civil rights and human dignity. The journey from emancipation to equality has been long and fraught with setbacks, but the directive issued on that New Year's Day of 1863 marked a pivotal moment when America began to confront its original sin of slavery. The Emancipation Proclamation stands as a testament to the power of leadership to effect change, the moral strength of a nation to fight for what is right, and the unbreakable spirit of those who yearn for freedom. It serves as a reminder of the dark paths history can take, and the importance of vigilance in the quest for justice. Though we explored a world without this crucial document, let us draw from this exploration a renewed commitment to the ideals it embodied: freedom, equality, and the inherent dignity of all individuals. As we conclude this journey through an alternate history, it's essential to recognize that the legacy of the Emancipation Proclamation extends beyond the document itself. It lives in the continued fight for justice and equality, echoing through the ages as a call to action. This exploration serves not only as a sobering reminder of what could have been, but also as a beacon of hope for what can still be achieved in the pursuit of a more just and equitable society.